What's up, YouTube fans? Today we're going to take a look at the Gigapower Chrome Superator, their version of a masterpiece Grimlock. So this is the 2021 reissue. I purchased this from Toy Dojo. I was originally waiting to get one from G-Tony, but since they had it and they ship very quickly, I got this really quick from Toy Dojo. I decided to buy it and get it for myself. So without further ado, let's take a look at this. Now, there are some changes from the original release, which I was happy to find. So I will talk about those. I'll point those out. It does come out of box like this. So there's a couple things you need to do. Number one, you take this panel here and put it on here. I think they leave it off so you can put the logo there for the Autobot symbol, but I'm going to put that on without it. I like to review without any modifications. Next, and I would be careful with this because there are two tiny little tabs on it. So you just want to push it straight in, pull it straight out when you do put it on. Coming to the back here, it does come with arms. Now these are fixed. So originally these were made out of die cast. You would bend the joint here and it would come apart. These are now plastic, chromed plastic. They don't come apart. They feel a lot better. They've definitely fixed it here. So I'm glad that they've done that. Go ahead and take this, just push it here and pop it in. And you can just kind of rest it on the side of his arm here, like that, or outside of his back. Same on this side. Get this popped in there, and then just rest it on his back. All right, last thing is these hands. So Grimlock should have his claws out like that. Unless you prefer it, I believe you should have it like that. And there you go. There is Superator ready to go. Let's put the G1 cartoon of Grimlock up there. You can take a look. What a beautiful rendition of Grimlock. Now, I have taken a look at this on my channel before, but I didn't do a review, and G-Tony pointed it out that I never did a review. I did a comparison with the Fans Toys version, grinder. So this time I decided to just do a review and we'll finish it off here. So this will be the final Gigapower Dino review. So let's take a look at the accessories. He comes with the blaster here, translucent plastic here and here. This one doesn't light up. I'm not sure why they decided not to do the light up feature on this one. But you can fit into the hand just like every masterpiece figure. Got the tab. And then you can close the fingers around, and that looks nice. And then you also get the sword here. It does light up. There you go. And that can fit in the other hand. And it holds those very nicely. I'll turn this off for now. He also comes with a crown. It is keyed, so you have to put it on a certain way. Let's see. I believe it's like that. And there you go. There's the crown, and that looks good. You also get an alternate head here, so if you prefer the red toy style head, you can put that on. Me personally, I like the blue. Now let's go over his articulation. So the head is on a ball joint, rotates all the way around. It doesn't go down all that much just because it's hindered there, but it does go up a little bit. And you do have to get the chin around this hardware up here, but overall, got some pretty good movement. The wings can go up and down, and they can angle back if you want them to. And then the arms, you can kind of put them however. I like to just hide them back there, but you can adjust all that. The arms rotate around on this ratchet joint, nice and tight. Out to the side, a little cover down piece there. That looks good. Rotation at the bicep on a ratchet. It's very, very tight, but it works. You have a, yes, double jointed elbow, so here and here. You don't get much past 90 degrees, but it is double jointed. Rotation at the wrist. These toes can move. The fingers are individually articulated. Very, very nice fingers. I've always liked the way Gigapower does the fingers. And the thumb is on a ball joint, and it has another two joints there at the thumb. So fully articulated hands. Rotation at the waist. No ab crunch, although maybe, does this release an ab crunch? Maybe that's what this is for. Yeah, I still don't know what that button's for. I haven't I haven't seen it do anything, but there's a button back there. You can fold up these hip skirts on all three sides, and the leg goes up to there. Nice tight ratchet joint. It's not going to fall down to the back. Out to the side on friction or on ratchet as well. Nice when they do ratchets on all three, because especially for the heft and weight of these figures, it needs it. Rotation at the thigh. Single jointed knee. Single jointed knee gets to 90 degrees. You don't have ankle tilt on these. You have a little bit of movement that way, but it's not really the right direction. You really need this to go up a little bit further. You can get it slightly angled, like so. That's straight, and that's how much movement. You get one click in. So there you go for articulation. And for size comparison, there it is next to the MP44 Optimus Prime. This is the KO version. And then the Fans Toys Grinder. And you can kind of see he does tower over the MP44 and even over the Fans Toys version. So it is a bit taller. Kind of up to you on scale. I'll put the little scale chart there so you can take a look. But he does fit in very, very nicely with the Masterpiece scale. Alright, now let's get Superator transformed into his Dino mode. It is the same transformation as the original version, but there's some slight tweaks that they made. I'll point those out. So first, come to the back here. You're going to fold the Dino head up so it's kind of out of the way. Then we're going to push up on this. There's not really anything holding this down. It just slides up on this ratcheted slider. There is a button here. I'm not really sure exactly what it does. It's not in the instructions at all. So come to the front here, slide these sliders forward, allow you to pull these arms outwards, and if it doesn't allow you, then you don't have it exactly the right position. Here we go. Once you pull those arms out, that's going to allow you to slide the chest downwards, and just do that carefully. You don't want to scratch any of this stuff, so make sure that's all folded away and inside. Now that you've got that down, go ahead and rotate the arms down and then push them back in. Same on this side. Rotate the arm down, push that back in. Come to the front. You're going to open this up, and so here's a change they've made. There used to be not enough clearance here, so if you open up this panel, you would crack it and break it. They've now made a little more clearance and a cut there, so you can open this up. Otherwise, before you had to have it completely straight arm, or you would do that. So that's a nice little fix. They also made this panel a lot nicer. It just seems a little bit more sturdy. All right, same on this side. And then, oh, I felt a little collision there, but it didn't actually collide. Go ahead and fold the arm in, fold that down. All right, next come to here, push these sliders back in. Then we're going to close up this top part here. Make sure you have the head down, and this little tab there is going to fit in between those two pieces. So close this up, and it should fit around. Oh, and we knocked the head off the ball peg there. Same on this side, fold that up, and then these are going to tab together pretty securely. Give that a nice squeeze. Here we go. And the arms, we'll just leave them there for now. Now he's got Dino body with robot legs. So let's take care of the legs. Rotate the leg to the outside. We have to release this little tab here. It might help to have a spudger or something to grab it. So pull that little tab out. Allow you to take this entire thing, pull it downwards. Pull the tail all the way down and basically straighten up this piece. So it ends up like that. And take this piece here, fold this panel up. And that should just sit like that. And then take this entire thing, swing it around. This is going to swing to the back. And it should meet up here, the other side. And for now, you can leave this here. We're going to end up putting that together. Go ahead and come to the tail here. And I just want to show this before I do it off camera. Go ahead and fold this out, rotate it around, and then get that straight. And that's basically ready. So we can get this plugged back in here and then pegged in to the back of his leg. And now we're going to do the same thing on this side. Go ahead and rotate the leg around. Release the little clip down here. And I recommend a spudger to get in there. Oh, I had it. Here we go. I'll allow you to take this out, take out the whole tail. Fold this out. This actually has to come down, and it's on a spring, so it actually switches to the other side. And get that all the way around. Pull the tail out from here. Rotate it around. And that's basically ready to go. Take this piece, rotate that around, and then we're going to rotate this entire leg while rotating the tail to the back. And that is going to meet up with the rest. Make sure you get this tab back in on the back of the tail. Then peg this tail into the back. And this one, I didn't get it quite right, so I'll just kind of redo this. So get this unpegged from here. And you want the leg kind of rotated upwards before you start bending. Now we can bend it in. Get that over there. Get this tabbed back into the back of the tail like that. And then plug that in. And now the two tails are going to come together. So just give it a squeeze all the way down the line. Of course, be careful with the chrome plastic. You don't want to break any of those tabs. That's what it should look like. And then these are going to plug into the front here. There's actually a little tab that's going to go in. There we go. And there we go. And there we have Superator in his dyno mode. Really, really beautifully done. You can see just how much sculpt work, paint work, details on this all over the place. I mean, everywhere you look, there's just paint, chrome and translucent pieces up here and here on the neck, little accents, I mean, it's really just covered. It almost feels like it's more than the original. I don't think it is, but it just feels like it. I haven't seen it in so long that it just seems like it's very, very nicely detailed. He does have some articulation in this mode, so the head can go down to here, up to there. The jaw can open up on a ratchet. There is, of course, a flamethrower in there, and you can attach a flame effect or whatever you want. Very, very nicely done head sculpt. It looks really good. You can't change the eye color or anything like that. The arms are on a ball joint, so they go in and out, up and down. The previous release of this was die cast, and when you articulated this joint here, it would fall apart. They've appeared to have fixed that problem. You have a rotation at the wrist. You have articulated fingers. They're very sharp, so be careful, but they can't articulate. The leg rotates here, just like the arm did. It goes out to the side, just a little bit, not too much. Get a little bit in and out. You have a knee bend here. And then you have toes, tilts on both sides. So some really nice articulation on the dynamite. Oh, and we forgot about the tail. Get a little bit of movement. Waggle back here. Now you can use one of the weapons in this mode. And I don't remember the gun having this little tab here, but it has it now. And that fits right here into the back. So you can take the gun, tab that in. And now you can have his gun on his back. I really like that, actually. I think that's a smart move by Gigapower. I don't think there's a way to mount the sword, but I could be mistaken. But either way, good looking sword. And for size comparison, there it is next to good old MP10, and then also the Fans Toys version of Sludge. So obviously different scale in terms of dyno mode, you know, much bigger than the fans toys, but it seems to fit in and look good next to the MP carvers. So the size is good. I think it's fine. So final thoughts on the Gigapower Superator reissue. Let's start with the positives. I think the paint is still phenomenal. The metallic red, the silver, all of the little details and accents, that all looks really nice. I mean, Gigapower has been doing that all along, so it's not anything new, but it just stands out and looks great on this figure. All the gold, chrome, everything. The accessories are also nice. There's not like a ton, but they all work. You got the sword, the gun, and the crown, and then you got the alternate head. All of that works and is appropriate. You do have a premium price on this. This is somewhere between $220 and $250, depending on where you buy it on the reissue. So as far as compared to the fan toys, it is similar in price, but it does feel like you're getting a premium figure with the ratchets, the die cast, the paint, the overall quality and heft of this figure. It does feel like you're getting your money's worth. Negatives wise, they actually corrected some of my negatives. So one of my negatives was the panel here not having clearance, and lifting this up, you had to be very careful. Now, there's a little more clearance there. I don't know if they redesigned it, but that's definitely improved. The tightness of the hip skirts, which were a little bit floppy and loose, those are nice and tight, nice tolerances now, so they don't get in the way. They kind of stay where you pose them, and that's great. I also had a negative with the ankles, and that is still the same. So you can see I have this foot flat on the ground, but this foot is up in the air, and that's because he doesn't have ankle tilt. He doesn't have tilt this way either, but the ankle tilt to the side would have definitely been preferred, so you could get his feet on the ground. But that's really it. That's my only negative. If you're trying to decide between this or fans toys and you're having a hard time finding fans toys, this is a perfect figure for a Masterpiece Grimlock. Don't wait on him because he's going to sell out again and you're going to have a hard time finding him. So I'd recommend buying this now before he goes up in price again. Now, I will be doing a full versus between the Gigapower set and the Fans Toys set. I've already done versus individually, so I'm going to take all those numbers, add them up, take a look at the final scores, and see how they weigh out, and just give my final thoughts on what they look like. So stay tuned for that video. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.